In this video tutorial, we will develop a client-side web form that allows us to choose some information and then send that information to a PHP-based server script, which will then display a result from that information. We're going to choose a card and a suit on the web-based form and then display that card on the server. To be able to use this scenario, you will have to already have loaded up to your server space a number of JPEGs, so JPEGs of cards. We can see that clubs_J, clubs 01, 02, 03 and so on, and then the same for diamonds, hearts and for spades as well. If I switch to my online space, you can see that these images already exist in the directory and are then ready to use by the server-side script. The first thing we're going to do is to create a web-based form. This is a simple web page that has input options and then a submit button that can send it to the server. I'm going to create this in Microsoft Expressions because I can use a lot of WYSIWYG tools to quickly put together my HTML. So I'm going to come here to the new document option and I'm going to choose an HTML form. I could make this in PHP, but it doesn't have any PHP functionality at the moment, so an HTML form is fine. I'm going to remove any irrelevant document types and namespaces to make the code a little bit cleaner, and I'm going to give it a title. In this case, it's going to be something like choose a card. I always recommend that you put a title onto the actual page itself, so this will appear in the browser bar. To appear on the page, I'm going to put in here choose a playing card and a suit. And I'm going to turn that into a heading 1. So we can see I'm using the WYSIWYG tools here to apply the H1 tags to what I've typed in. I then need to put a form on here, and my form is going to let me choose a number for the card or possibly a face card and then the suit after that. So I'm going to come over to my toolbox here, go down the form elements, and I want to make it a drop-down box. I don't want the user to type in a value, I want them to only be able to select from what's available. I take this drop-down box, drop it onto the page, and you can see that a form item has been placed into my code. The very first thing we need to do is to change the method from post to get, and this will allow us to see what's happening and debug our script as we create it. Much easier than using post. However, post is more secure and we should swap back to post after the debugging is finished. The other thing we have to do is to give it the name of a script that it's going to send its values to. So I'm going to give it an action, and the action should be the name of the script that's on the server. It doesn't exist yet, but I'm going to call it show playing card.php. It's going to be a PHP script, so we're going to end it with the .php extension. At the moment, my options have nothing in them. It's called select one and it has no options. I can easily edit that. I could edit the code, but it's much easier to open up this widget here by double clicking on it. And then I can change this to select card value. And then I'm going to remove that no choice there and I'm going to add some choices in. The choices that I have will be things like the ace. And I don't want the word ace to be passed through. I want card 01 to be passed through if I choose an ace. It's got a 1 spot on the ace. And I'm also going to choose selected so that that is the first card that will be an option. I'm going to add another one. I'm going to call this one 2, the word 2. And I'm going to specify the value 02, which will not be selected. We can only have one thing selected at a time. Now if I just say OK to that, you will see that it has put option tags. I would normally say that selected equals selected in here, and we could basically just copy and paste this and do a bit of editing to make things easy to work with. Now what I'm going to do here, I'm not going to put every single option in. I'm only going to put a few options in. So I'm going to put 03 for the 3 card, 04 for the 4 card, and I'm going to put the other face cards in as well. So I'm going to put in here _J for the Jack, and this is matching up with the file names that I've uploaded to the server space. _Q for the Queen, and I'll maybe just leave it at that at the moment. I'll put the King in. That'll give us some testing for later on. So I now have a drop-down form. That's not necessarily all that helpful because the user doesn't know what to do. So I should probably drop a label in front of that to explain to people what's going on. So I'm going to take a label. I'm going to put it just inside the form method here so that it appears in front of the select. It's going to be called label value, and it's going to then say into it choose the value of the card. Can't spell here. There we go. So we can see that that's appearing there. Notice that all of this is wrapped inside this form pair of tags. So my form opens at line 13 and closes at line 23 at the moment. I'm then going to put in a break tag, and that will just create a new line effect. And then I'm going to add in something that lets me choose the suit. Now again, I don't want the user to type in a suit, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a group box. So I'm going to drag that group box on here, and the group box consists of a field set with a name and then a legend. So at the moment, that field set, I'm going to call it group suit. The legend is going to say something like choose which suit to show. And my field set at the moment has nothing inside it, so I'm also going to put in here some radio buttons. So input radio, I'm going to drag one in there, and it's got a name radio 1. I'm going to change that to radio suit. Now it's important with radio buttons that you actually have several with the same name so that they act as a group of radio buttons. This particular radio button, I'm going to give a value equals, let's just say I'm going to use spades. And this spades again matches up to the file names that I have online. I should probably put something after that, like the word spades, so that it appears on screen. And it's not actually appearing on here at the moment, possibly because I've not closed things properly. I'm also going to put in, I'll just drag it in here, another input radio. And it has to have the exact same name so that it acts as this group of choices. Only one of them can be selected at a time. If I gave it a different name, then we could have several radio buttons all used at the same time. I also want to have spades to have the value checked equals checked. And that way it will then be saved automatically or selected automatically. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to save this and try it out. Actually, one more thing I would like to put on here. So I can see what I've done wrong here. I dropped my field set into the middle of the options, so my select isn't closing properly. My select should have come there, and now it's showing up. So be careful with your tags that you don't mix them up. They should all be embedded and nested properly. So there's my select, there's my field set, and that seems to be working here. I want to put the word clubs after this particular value here, but it has to, the word clubs is just for show on screen. I also have to give it a value equals clubs to match with the names of the files that are up online. Okay, and the last thing I want to do is to put a submit button on here. So I'm going to come down to input submit. After field set, I'm going to put another break in there so that it breaks it down into the next line. And then after that, input submit can go here. The value is what I want it to say on the button. So I'm going to say show the card. It's called submit one, that's fine. I could change it, but it's not really going to make a big difference for this particular exercise. Okay, so I have now created my form. I want to file, save as, and call it something like card chooser, or choose a card. Choose a card is fine. It's an HTML file, and I'm going to click on save. And I should really test it out and make sure that it works. So if I press F12, it will load into my browser. I've got a drop down here that has various different values, including 4. I can choose clubs from my radio buttons, and they are exclusive to each other. And when I click on show the card, it attempts to go to something called show playing card with those values, and it can't find it because I haven't built the script yet. But so far, so good. Okay, so the next thing to then do is to create the server-side script. It must match the action here, so I'm going to call it showplayingcard.php. I might even just copy that so that I get the spelling exactly right. And I'm going to come here to the new file, and I'm going to choose a PHP script this time. And I'm just going to highlight everything here and remove it, and go File, Save As, paste that name in, showplayingcard.php with a camel case name, save that, and I'm then going to just put a very simple bit of PHP in here. So I put angle bracket, question mark, PHP, press enter a couple of times, question mark, closing angle bracket. So this is the wrapper for my PHP script, and I'm then going to go back inside and start to put some text. And I could just put something simple here just now, like echo hello, just to see whether it's going to work. So I save that. And this is a really important bit. I now need to take these files, choose a card and show playing card, and I need to put them up onto the server. So I'm going to go into publishing. I've got my choose a card. It is not showing up. Now there at the bottom here, okay. So I've got my choose a card and my show playing card, and I'm going to send those up to my online server. So now I can go back to my website, and I'm taking this from the server now. I could swap to 3 of spades, show the card, and it's now going to show me the value hello. So I've proved that my form can at least interact with the server and the script that I've created. So the next stage will now be to create a script that actually does the work of displaying the chosen card. And that'll be in the next section of this tutorial.